baby cat shark.
Quite a few predatory cat sharks for how little we see and where they feed on. That many of them.
Yeah.
Another fish in the far left.
Yeah, coming in. See him?
There he is, top left, yeah.
There's coral right in the center of that sand field.
Yeah.
Nice pathies.
So has 8 to 12 settled on a watch name yet?
Those are usually bestowed upon us.
Yeah, we have not.
From the audience?
Someone suggested Megan and her benthic buddies earlier for our watch name.
And this is the first that's coming up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were talking about science, Miles. We were on topic. No.
Can you keep it a 280?
Which I loved. I just had a little
Thanks.
gem that I was holding on to up here in the front row. Just
Oh, look at all the coral.
And we've kind of lost our lava. We got a lot of sediment.
Yeah.
This is still lava, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
And then just all smooth all of a sudden. Amazing.
Just a thin veneer of sediment looked like.
Yeah.
No, we're kind of doing between 0.2 and 0.5.
That was a different one, huh?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the last one was averaging 0.42, but you'd get up to 0.6. 0.6 and a half, I saw.
How far are we down the slope? Miles?
We're more than halfway down the slope.
You're doing great, Trevor.
We're all doing great here. The team of great people.
I feel like Trevor's going to need to go outside and take a deep breath when we get down this.
Another 300-ish meters.
No, this slightly slower speed has helped a lot.
Has your watch team settled on a name, Steve?
I don't know. We have not.
4 to great.
As far as I know of, but there was some suggestions about like we were like the Uber or something, or the taxi, because
Oh yeah, the valet.
yeah, because of the way that we just crossed the sand.
Hey Steve, let's get a zoom on this
4
guy.
hours. Coming in.
Yes. Robot valet. Hello, cat shark.
Whoa, back the other way. Woo!
Whoa.
Head fake. See that?
Yeah, I
Game
tricked me.
speed.
Yeah.
Doesn't like the light.
All right, I gotta
Doesn't. And then
Got a little cusky
no fit
as well.
today. Yeah.
fish.
Trevor, on your tilt on the camera, is there a measurement associated with how much it's tilted?
How much I'm tilted? No,
Yeah.
there's not.
Okay.
Icicle one.
What's that, Blaine?
Tiltiness, high or low.
Yeah. I just like the spot that you have it
Mm-hmm.
for the camera.
You should sit up here during transit and just have aft cam up. That'll make you real sick. Image leans one way while you lean the other.
It's a whole nother world up here when the lights are on. For everyone at home, we are sitting in a dark box. We haven't showed you the control room camera in a little while, but if you're watching on the quad view, you can see it now. So we sit inside a darkened control room because it keeps our eyes adjusted sort of night vision style for the screens in here. So day or night, when we are diving the ROVs, it's dark in here. But when we're multi-beam mapping and transiting, when the ROVs are out of the water, the lights are on, and it feels like a very different space.
Off.
I do too, yeah.
What do you guys think of the new light bulbs?
I think they're wonderful. Thank you for shopping for the new light bulbs.
That was all Wayne and
Good job,
Emily.
Wayne.
New light bulbs.
They're
just-
in the back. They bought some new fluorescent tubes
Wow.
because the other ones were
You may notice a
dead.
cooler color temperature.
Oh.
Mm.
Is that to keep us more awake?
Yep. Special feature.
Yes.
What's the Kelvin rating?
Let me check with Wayne.
Don't turn them on.
It's pretty close to daylight, but
4,000.
5,000, yeah, 5,500.
Don't turn them on.
Shop.
what do you
White.
say, Wayne? What's the color temperature on these new light bulbs we've got?
The color temperature of the new fluorescent tubes are 4,000 K.
Yes, nailed it.
Nailed it.
Good guess.
And the old one's probably closer to 3,200.
They were probably 2,500.
You think so?
They were orange.
That orange.
Steve, tell me what color temperature is.
Color temperature is kind of relates to the wavelength of light. There might be some engineers in here that can explain it better. But if in a simple sense, different sources of light have a different color. So daylight is actually relatively blue, whereas if you think of a incandescent light bulb, kind of the classic light bulb, it's more orangey. And then that would go up, that would be actually lower on the Kelvin scale. So an incandescent light bulb would be around 3,200 Kelvin, and then daylight is around 5,600 Kelvin, 5,500.
On all my Instagramming, I'm not going to think of that as I adjust the temperature. I'm going to be like 32,
Yes.
55.
If you, yeah, temperature on,
We got a fish
There's a
coming
fish.
up on the right. Yeah.
I got time for a zoom on
you're
him.
so cool.
Argus, you can see there's another
Go
one
ahead, Steve.
behind it.
they call it cast when you edit it on an iPhone.
Is that another Cascale?
Yes.
Oh, wow. That's
Look
big.
at
That's
big
a
boy.
big boy.
Or lady.
Or lady. Big lady.
At least a meter long.
On our ship,
Yeah.
we've been focusing on close-ups on
amazing.
the head for the
Yeah.
scientists on the shore.
They
So
really help.
Wow, look at
This
Look at
is
the
like
dots
so
on the
Yeah.
sweet
spine
looking.
kind of thing.
Holy cow.
Lateral
probably
line.
photopores, I would
Yeah. Beautiful.
think. Photopores.
Hello,
I got
beautiful
about 30
fish.
seconds,
So a meter long.
at least. Look at how lazy he is.
Look how efficient.
just gonna let that tail come through.
Nice
Yeah, great.
shot.
Oh yeah.
Great focus.
Wow.
Nice.
Beautiful.
There's a
Looks like there's another one To the right
Yeah,
of
you look at Argus.
Oh yeah,
the Argus scan.
I gotta go though. We're gonna
Places
drive
to be.
by. There's the other one.
Hello.
That's the friend that like is afraid. That's like more conservative when crossing the street. Like the other one was like, I'm going for it. That one's like, I'm gonna wait.
Yes, it's there. Tries to head fake traffic. I'm
Yeah.
going, I'm stopping.
Yeah, yeah.
Gotta commit to crossing robot traffic. Good question from a viewer. Is motion sickness an issue in the control van? Something you get accustomed to or you medicate for?
This question is for Wayne.
Yeah, who has thoughts about this?
Yeah, I was letting Trevor know that I am not a fan of the backwards pull down the hill technique.
How's it treating you?
Not bad. I mean, just tough on the thumb right now in the winch, but
On the thumb, yeah, right.
My thumb, it's not ready.
Yeah, right. You can't stick lock. You can do this one. You seen that one?
no.
Hook your thumb on the thing, and then on the bar, and then that one. Yeah.
New
All
method.
It's
All
not as
the-
comfortable, but it's
Yeah.
different.
Yeah. Gives the thumb a break.
Yeah, exactly.
No, but for the video team, we have to pay our attention to the image that is on Herc Zeus constantly, and constantly adjust for the iris and the focus and occasionally the zoom when we want to go in. And yeah, you can't look away.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I get a sense of falling.
Funny,
So
yeah.
It's
You seemed to handle the cliff last night all right.
well, we went up. We were going up.
It was like driving off the edge, you mean? Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's different. But as long as the motion is generally forward, you know, I guess
You're
I
leaning
see,
in.
yeah.
it's more natural to move in that direction and receive input that changes.
So do you ever sit backwards on a train?
I do, but like, you know, if it bothers me, then you can always switch sides. But
A lot of seats are full now. Now that you picked that backwards facing one, oh. Too late.
What are you talking about, Trevor? You're from BC. Everyone just be like, excuse me, would you please switch? They'd be like, my pleasure.
Sorry, am I in your way?
I mean, yeah.
So polite. It's really true.
Maybe if you
Mostly Trevor's just the nicest.
Thanks, Megan.
You're welcome.
I'm wondering if you turn the monitor upside down.
that
Now we're
thought
thinking,
occurred to me.
What about a
That thought
headstand?
actually
Wait a
occurred to
minute,
me.
Wayne, we can sort this out,
I
I
was
think.
like,
We might
I
be
can-
able to flip the image on this
I
if
can
we
flip.
dive in here.
You're going to flip it to the people ashore and
Yeah. Everyone on Nautilus Live's going to be seasick
No,
now.
no, just on the monitor
We
here.
were
Yeah.
talking about Hercules with a barrel roll.
Yeah. I actually find for a lot of people who do get motion sick on the vessel that the control van is one of the places where they'll actually be okay. And I think something about the
Temperature.
the temperature I think is really important.
Color
I mean,
temperature.
everybody, the color temperature, you know, warm, cooling down that color temperature really helps. But I'm convinced that motion sickness is often like associated with other temperature discomfort, you know, so.
Yep.
I'll often come up here to map instead of the data lab because
Yeah.
that room just makes me sick.
Yeah, it's farther forward. It's hot. Yeah. So I think people often do well, even though it seems kind of counterintuitive because you can't see the horizon, but you sort of lose you lose a lot of other visual references about the fact that you are moving. You know, you're not seeing the A-frame bob up and down. You know, you're really just focused on kind of the task at hand. So as far as motion sick on the ship, people, yes to all of the suggestions you made. People medicate for it. People get accustomed to it. People just deal because they love what we do and want to be part of it. So, yes, all of the above.
It usually takes me a couple days after getting back on the ship to sort of get my ears straight.
Feel right.
Yeah, does it mess you up when you go back to land after like a couple months at sea? Haven't had that?
No. Mild dock rock after a beer.
In the shower?
In the shower.
Yeah.
In the shower.
Eyes closed, washing your hair.
The worst I had was when I sailed a tall ship, like here in the Central Pacific. Like, your world moves so much more. You are constantly at a heel one way or the other, and that was when I first got off the ship. Then, you know, I was very unaccustomed to being steady, and I really remember it then, but not so much here.
I ran off the end of a dock once.
Really?
I got off a ship.
Oh no!
And the dock was, just didn't have my land legs, and I pretty much just ran off the end of the dock into the water.
Was it like cartoon style? Like you were trying to adjust and you overcompensated off the other side? Oh no!
He was running in the air for a little bit before he fell in.
It's like as if you were very dizzy.
I was an observer on a fishing boat.
Okay.
Naturine fisheries, so it's really embarrassing because I was the government observer for the fishery and.
I mean, it was at the end of a cruise, though, right? Like you earned their respect. You were walking away.
Pretty much everyone saw it.
That's so funny.
It was right at the where you unload the fish and it goes into the fish processing plant. So it wasn't just us; it was just pretty much the entire fishing community watched as the observer ran off the end of the dock and into the water.
We are going to hit that saddle.
Yeah. Only 200 meters to go.
Where is the target?
Fixed it.
Okay. What's that target all about? What?
No, you just even try to follow the peak if you want.
Sorry? 200 meters to where?
The saddle before we kind of start going up.
All right.
Yeah, I would just kind of follow the contours up.
Okay, not go direct to 3.
Yeah.
I second that. Up sounds much better.
I like it. It's good honesty. Way to own it. Which cabin are you in?
I am in, I don't know the number.
81?
81.
No, okay.
Yep.
I guess no one at home heard the first part of that conversation, so that was just weird. Hey, what cabin you in?
What cabin are you in,
The cabin you in?
I'm in the cabin without a porthole.
Ah, the good for sleep. The daytime napping cabin.
The daytime nap cabin.
That starboard, the starboard quad doesn't have a porthole?
Nope.
Correct.
Huh.
You've obviously never stayed there.
No.
Nope, I've lived in 68 and 78.
Only those 2 ever?
Only, yep.
Oh, I'm going to get in the berthing
I've been in
spreadsheet
every
and just mess it around now. That I know.
I've been in every one in the aft science. I've been in 68. That's it, yeah.
You've been in 27? You ever been up forward?
No.
27 is my favorite.
Not in this weather, apparently.
Yeah.
Apparently it's hot.
It's hot. 27's hot.
Wait, and Tim's with me. He knows.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
We have
no.
a nice, cool cabin.
That's nice.
The
Yeah,
top bunk is a
27's
bit
warm.
problematic.
Itty bitty.
27.
You're in
yeah.
27?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my favorite one. It's like so small. I don't know. I'm not a very large human, I don't think, but like rolling over my like shoulder breadth does not clear if you like roll over with your elbows out. It's like most, I don't know, most bunk beds are split half-half. This one is definitely not. It's like maybe 2/3, 1/3. The top bunk is
less room.
itty bitty. But and sloped, you know, so your feet are down at an even skinnier bit.
Well, Chris, the nav intern, was saying on his Coast Guard ship, they are three on top of each other. So
Tip top.
sounds, yeah. I think it sounds tighter.
Yeah, believe it.
At least they're not hot bunking.
Yeah.
I don't know if I could do that.
I had to do
Are
that
you sure they're not?
You've had to?
with fishermen.
Ooh.
Oh.
Ooh.
You're like, I will sleep in the fish hold because it's the same.
No, I had to do that before too.
Wow. You're like, it is not the same.
One boat where they put me up in the V berth on top of the nets.
Oh yeah.
There's nothing like sleeping on wet, cold, salty nets, except for in a wet, warm bed that the captain just slept in.
Is this the
How
same?
long were you a fisheries observer for?
Too long. Wow.
Yeah, it was one season. There was so many death threats that they moved me
Yeah.
out of the state after the one season. We closed our lab 3 times from bomb threats.
Wow.
I'm gonna mix this up a
It's
bit
really
here.
hard work.
Oh, it's happening.
Wow, I love the
Thank
laser.
you. Doing it, yeah.
Are we there?
No,
No, V is for
Just gonna
vendetta.
do the turn.
I'm pretending we're there.
Applause from the back row.
Ooh.
All that for a wrap?
No, I'm gonna stay facing this way. Could you come to starboard, please? You can go like, I don't know, 45, 90 degrees more. It's like kind of due north.
You're gonna lateral?
Yeah.
Okay.
Cabin 4 is one of the strangest. Anybody stayed in 4? So I guess not. If neither of you,
I've
you
never
guys
been
have
above
never
twin
been.
deck.
Ooh,
bye.
wow.
Low rent.
Yeah.
They're keeping it stable, holding it down for the ops team in the back. Four has 2 single beds side by side, and then there's a curtain down the middle. But when we first would redone the cabin, there wasn't a curtain in between, and it just felt like you should like hold hands with the other person because it was just, they were very close, and you just roll over in bed and be like, "What you thinking? How's your day?"
Like not enough, like close enough that you can't
Yeah.
walk down?
You can walk in between them, but yeah, there's a drawer that pulls out from underneath each bed, so enough space for a drawer to pull out. But
Those beds were very comfortable, by the way.
But now there's a curtain, sort of hospital style, you know, in between 2 beds.
Yeah, a little more of a tailless pile here. Rubble.
Would that be from just tumble downs or?
Yeah, I think just tumble down stuff.
All right, everybody, have fun. I'll catch you later.
Thanks
Bye,
for coming to
Steve.
play.
Bye.
Bye.
Hope you find your dad. That was for Wayne.
Yeah, he wasn't even listening yet.
What I miss?
He used your favorite Buddy the Elf quote.
Oh, I hope you find your dad.
Yeah.
What do you call the structures, Rob?
Those are pillow basalts.
Rock.
Those are nice intact there.
Snuggly basalts.
Low bait?
Is a low bait flow different than a pillow basalt? We'll ask that again in a minute.
Now they're just slightly different. I mean, a low bait flow is just kind of a type of pillow basalt.
Okay.
Well, you see the hollow pillow right there?
Yeah,
That's cool.
those are cool. There's a couple of them.
It's probably
One
lava too,
right
so the
below.
lava was probably flowing through there and kind of drained out.
So cool.
It was only cooled on the edges.
Can we
A little more scoopy than.
zoom in one of those stalks once you get a chance?
Whoa.
How about this one?
Wow.
Okay.
Holy cow.
Just wanted to make sure if they're
Okay, we can go for it quick there, Wayne.
There they are.
Bamboo.
Can't save it too long.
Yeah,
Yeah.
bamboo.
Looks bamboo.
Bamboo
Yep.
with a predation event happening.
Yeah. All right, come
Sort
on.
of a
please.
disjointed predation, though.
Yeah.
Sorry, Suna.
That's right.
Get up top of this ridge here. You can come up in your delta a bit. Oh yeah, you're doing it.
Oh, there's another like broken
Yeah.
pillow.
That's a big one.
Lava tube.
This is a little cauldron here.
Yeah.
Or up. Which
You're
one's
mu-
which
you're
in the mortar
muted,
and pestle?
Hmm?
Is it a mortar or a pestle? What I'm seeing here.
Mortar.
That's the mortar.
That's
Okay.
the mortar.
The pestle's the hand bit,
Yeah. The smashy bit.
the tool.
The rock.
Well, hopefully they're both rock.
Is there
Yeah.
ceramic?
Could be.
Isn't
Or
a
is it
rock
a-
ceramic?
Meta. Whoa. Aren't we all
I
ceramic?
didn't end up finishing that class.
Yeah, I don't know.
Ceramics.
Yep. I did a day of it and then realized it conflicted with another course I needed more.
Mm.
I stopped it. It seemed
You
interesting.
could go with
though.
Allison sometime.
Go which?
You could go with Allison sometime. Our
I meant like
expedition-
a material science,
not like arts and crafts.
not arts and crafts.
I thought you were talking like pottery.
Yeah,
Ah.
yeah. I thought you same. I was like, yeah.
Oh, I
pretty-
understand.
That seems like a really natural course to drop if it turned out you had a required course you needed. I decided to drop salsa dancing when I realized I needed.
I did
Chem-
advanced calc.
Yeah, exactly.
No, this was ceramic material science,
Mm.
and it was the same time as some fluid dynamics course, I think.
Gotcha. And where did you go to school, Trevor?
University of Victoria. Mechanical engineering.
If you want to learn more about Trevor, check out his bio on Nautilus Live under the team. Or directly under the question feed, where you can see all of our smiling faces and click on all of our bios. Also, want to give a shout out to the Ocean Exploration Trust video production team. They have been hustling to finish a series of brand new videos for the website, which are career profile videos on the team page. So if you click the team, you'll see 10 different team roles right up at the top before you start seeing our faces. And if you click on any of those pages, you'll get to hear or get to see photos, and many of them now, thanks to the team's big push in the last few days, have the a highlight video about the role right there, and you can read a little bit about the roles and responsibilities
Big
and some of
lip
the
coral,
education
yeah.
pathways people took to get into this seat. So check out your favorite seat in the van, read a little bit more about it, see some of the featured role models for that job, and watch the really cool videos. It's been a big project for us this year. Like, everyone go look at them.
So how about this coral? You want to look at this coral?
Yeah, sure.
Or how about the one just to the right?
Which one? I can't see.
This one.
I think they're all bamboo corals, but let's make sure.
Let's make sure.
Yep, both bamboo coral.
Go ahead and zoom.
Zooming in.
Bamboozled. That's the end of my leash. Getting a little off to the north there, and I.
Rhubarb.
Rhubarb. Okay, come wide, please.
Come in wide. They can't all be winners. What's that thing in the center?
A green
It's a
fuzzy.
different color. It looks like a textured.
I could do a quick zoom on that. This might be a little bouncy, but go ahead and zoom.
That's a base of a sponge.
I'm pulling, yeah.
Something
Weird.
Yeah.
furry.
All right, come wide, please.
Sponge.
I gotta
Come
go.
wide.
Dead sponge, maybe?
Yeah.
You can probably turn around now.
Okay.
Whoa.
Wide.
Hello, Cliff.
Ah,
That's not
Where'd
on
that
the
come
map.
from?
No, that's why I was trying to stay on top, but it's not very friendly to Argus.
Isadella
I
coral
climbed up
there.
that cliff to start with, and that's maybe
Map
your
doesn't
saddle.
show that.
Where are you going?
Trying to go to the right, but I'm not having a lot of luck. I was trying to drive it, and then now I'm trying to lateral it.
were we?
Argus got the next hill showing up, and unless they've spun all the way around. They have spun all the way around.
Medium around. There we go, look at us go.
There we go. Okay.
I'm thinking we just stay here for now, because that other side of this is going to come up. Is it? Why a liar? We got 100 meters?
Presumably.
I do
Hopefully.
see something coming up in Argus. Just like it looks like it starts to curl a little. So I don't know, it's been 5 minutes blue water. There's worse things. Not a lot of layback.
Oh.
I guess because we're only going 0.4.
Yeah, 0.3, 0.4.
0.3, yeah.
When we were doing steps, we were 0.5, 0.6.
Right, okay.
On sonar, is Argus the right screen?
Argus is left. So Herc's a lot more down and in close to the cliff, so it's showing a little harder, the green and the pinks. And then Argus is about 60 to 80 meters out, you start seeing noise, which is the blue ring. I gotta go more starboard.
So are we hopping from one little slope to another? What are we up to?
Pardon me?
Are we hopping from one slope to another?
Yeah.
What's happening here?
Yeah, we just bypassed the saddle, which is on our
Okay.
left, and the what's it called, slopey bit is coming up in about 100 meters.
Nice.
So it might be 5-10 minutes of blue water.
Perfect. On the lower left of the quad image, you can see the sonars indicating where we're starting to see those walls.
Yeah, so the what looks like to be a rain cloud to the left of the larger diameter sonar on the quad is the rock face that we just are leaving, and we're hoping to we're expecting to acquire a rain cloud
It's actually raining
to
outside
the east.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, you can look at the.
Oh wow!
But
it is.
those are actually
Yeah.
that's the solid surface of the
Oh, wow. Yeah.
seafloor.
Mm-hmm. Now, so in the biggest picture, we are up on top of the platform at Palmyra. Well, we are southeast of Palmyra Atoll on a sort of a platform or a flat top seamount. There on top of that platform are a series of small volcanic cones. We've been moving sort of west to east, just generally across these series of cones. We've climbed up one, down another, and we're sort of in the saddle between the first and second. So as we cross over this saddle, that lets Argus stay at a steady depth, and Herc stay at a steady depth and just sort of jump over instead of going back down and going back up, because backing down these is a real challenge. And we're just gonna head up on the other side. Question coming in from viewers, did we get time to identify the mystery creatures from last night? We did not. That's not really the process. We very rarely watch the footage back. This footage will be analyzed by researchers for months to years to come. There will, as far as identifying creatures that we sampled that we didn't have positive IDs on, that is also a lot of work and a long time coming. So we'll be sending those labs to the Museum of Comparative Zoology, which is at Harvard University, where the samples can then be checked out like library books. The way you identify some of these corals, I was looking at some scanning electron microscope scans with Steve a little bit earlier today, which are so cool. We're looking at the sclerites, which is the little chunks of calcium carbonate inside the skeleton. So basically, like, how do you build a skeleton? It's not just one piece, it's all these pieces that look kind of like pickup sticks all together. But you can imagine building something with popsicle sticks, and do you build it, with all the popsicle sticks sticking up the same way? Do you build them all laying down and stack them on their sides next to each other? Do you, some of them are whorls, so they go in really regular round patterns, and that's down to, scanning with electron microscope the skeleton of these corals, which will only happen after they get back into a library and then they get out to somebody's lab. So the work that happens in between the dives, maybe Suna, you could tell us a little bit about that. So once a coral comes back on deck, what's its next sort of couple hours of a journey?
Yeah, we bring all the corals, everything, all the samples into the wet lab first. Then the first thing we usually do is to take good pictures of them with the IDs, and most of them we preserve in ethanol, so they can later be analyzed for their DNA. We usually use 95% ethanol as preservation, and when they're too large to put in ethanol, we usually take maybe a snip of a branch and air dry the rest of it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Sure.
Questions about how do we follow up on samples collected from previous expeditions. The Museum of Comparative Zoology, where it keeps our biological samples, it has a really cool searchable interface where you can search for Nautilus expeditions and what you were looking for. So if you know a particular expedition, you can go through the expedition page on Nautilus Live to see the cruise ID. They're listed there by year, and then within the header has the cruise ID. The museum identifies species by cruise ID and by ship, so you can search for them that way. And then the other way would be to get in touch with our team. Our chief scientist, Nicole Renaud, is also available to help identify where samples are and where data is in processing, get that data out there. Really core part of the trust is sharing the work that we do, sharing the data that we collect. We rely on a community of scientists to analyze the results. We don't have a team of marine biologists on staff. The work is really provided for the community and available to the community afterwards. And our rocks, not to leave the rocks out, they are kept from the University of Rhode Island at the Rock and Core Lab there, which is super cool. It's like feels very Indiana Jones, you know, these big giant shelves and cabinets, and then all kinds of rocks and labeled rock samples inside. Jake, I haven't even quizzed you on very many questions yet.
Shoot.
I said I was going to quiz him on his learning objectives.
Yeah.
Ah. How many lights are on Hercules?
13?
7.
Student's just going to...
We went through this earlier, and I had to count them, and I don't know off the top of my head, but I could count them all. Let's see.
Remember counting 13, but
Is it
around 13.
Okay.
Is the correct answer the number of buttons used to turn them on, or the number of individual lights?
Let's do this. You can
And do the matrix count as 1
turn
or
them
3?
all off and then turn them
That's the
on
real
one at a
question.
time and count them.
Well, you can't really necessarily tell. Because if you turn forward lights off, what are you going to see? You're going to see that it goes darker.
Yeah.
How many lights is that?
You tell me.
All right.
Look around in bubble can.
Do you want to talk them through? Using this as a cheat sheet? Can you remember which ones are which?
Yeah, talk him through.
I'll help you when you get stuck.
All right, let me zoom in. Hold on, with Argus.
I don't think you'll see anything on the front.
Well,
You can see these ones.
yeah,
This
there's two.
is just the Socratic method of learning, Jake. We're
Alright.
helping you there.
We have the 2 aft LEDs.
Blinky, blinky.
Blinky, blinky.
That's the backup lights. That's the
Okay.
backup lights.
Yep.
Then we got
What's our bearing?
130.
the porch LED. I
Porch
think
LED?
there's maybe 2 of those pointing down.
There's one.
There's one.
Okay.
I know there's like 7 or 8 on that front
There's a lot.
rail. Yeah.
Okay. Let's call it
yep.
7.
See on the Argus cam. Yeah.
Cool. I don't know the answer to this either, so I'm learning with you.
Starboard port LED. That's
Starboard.
just-
Well, that's the 2 on the sides. That's the side markers.
Yep.
Turn signals.
Always turning both ways.
Yeah. Oh,
2 lasers, obviously.
sure. Count them.
That's stimulated photons. Why not?
And then down LED, which is
How many of those?
I can't see it from here.
There are two of those.
Okay.
Okay.
Who's
Close-
that?
we're close to
Who's
13.
adding?
Yeah.
That's 16.
I don't.
16 with the 2 lasers.
16 counting the lasers. 14 with no
1,
lasers.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 15 with the lasers.
Well, are lasers
13?
are 2?
What's that?
Are you
Lasers
counting?
are 2?
Are you
Lasers
counting
are 2 and matrix are 1.
Well, one matrix is out, but each matrix is 3.
E matrix is 1.
What about the blue LED inside the?
We got 2 of those.
They're photons.
Well, there's a light gyro too.
We also have the beacon too, right? Isn't that
Yeah.
the
Yes, but
Beacon?
the light,
Flasher, yeah.
the
Flasher?
light, the
Yeah.
light gyro is sealed.
Look at that. Look
You
at that.
You cannot see. Those don't. The light gyro does not count.
Wayne, could you bump in on the Argus Zeus, please?
Sorry. Yes.
What is the Mongo arm great at, Jake? You haven't
What
even
is it-
gotten to see it.
What is it great at?
What's it great at? What is it? What's its?
Well,
Has a shining personality.
got land in both.
Roger.
holding the GoPro.
Yeah, that's what it's being pretty
Yeah,
good at that right
that was
now.
about it for last dive.
Smashing.
Smashing.
It is good at one other thing that you did.
Oh, crowbar. Crowbar. Yep.
Mongo crowbar.
Mongo crowbar. All right, 40 meters out from the cliff.
If you are watching online, you can see ahead of us.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully we're not too far down
We
it.
have acquired
Find out in a hurry.
the far
Looks pretty
side
soft on Argus. And no
of
more
the
yellow
valley,
action.
and that's
Yeah,
the
that just happened.
Harder turn starting to come
Like
back.
right around the
cliff
time
that
you
we
were turning
will
off
see
the
here
stuff.
in the next 2
There
or
it
3
is.
minutes,
Interference.
I imagine. And then we will
Be above
hopefully
the
go forward up.
I thought the altimeter, I thought the sub-bottom was the altimeter.
Nope, there's the sub-bottom. Negative
is,
999
bottom
is the
inside.
altimeter.
Interesting.
Altimeter is just a single beam. This is like a single beam, but better. You know, it does its fancy sub-bottom profiling.
Hello, lovers.
Hello.
You guys excited or what?
We're back from commercial
So-
break.
Yeah, exactly.
Back to our regularly scheduled programming.
When we last left your heroes, dun dun dun.
Miles, looking at the sonar, is there anything that the different colors or density tells us about what we should expect to see? Oh, here it is now.
It doesn't give you too much characteristics of what you're seeing. Just you can kind of infer steepness a bit based on color. sort of
Okay,
the intensity of return.
got it. Well,
And
and there it
shadows.
Are you
is.
going
And
uphill?
shadows, yeah,
I can't
occlusions.
tell. Is this uphill now?
You bet.
Looks a little different.
We're not going backwards.
No. About how deep was the deepest part of that valley we crossed?
About 70 meters below 1406, so call it 1476.
Oh, so we weren't that hot. We weren't that high.
Yeah,
Off the bottom.
just 70
Oh, okay.
at the deepest.
That's impressive since we have 5-meter contours and nowhere did it show that valley.
Surprise!
I guess this was actually like kind of neat. That'd be scary to go up the valley. Walls on 3 sides. Yeah.
Challenge accepted.
It'd be
Okay.
fun, but it wouldn't be
Yeah.
safe.
Please see, Miles, my previous discussion of no matter how good your bathymetry is, it's not really real. Unless you got like the Herc laser mounted, let's look at amphora in sub-centimeter. That's pretty good.
That's pretty
It's
accurate.
pretty good.
very
It's still
real.
an estimation.
Yeah.
Aren't our eyes an estimation though, technically?
Whoa.
It's subjective. Is that an
Yeah.
estimation?
Yeah, I'd say.
Looks like a
Oh.
bamboo there, maybe.
I was like, I had an eyelash in my contacts earlier today,
should we
so
do
it was
step? Oh, I guess we're not
definitely
We
an
have-
estimation. Big.
100-meter contours?
Oh yeah.
We have large grow.
Fives.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
Yeah, large single
Should
strand.
get going though. I should mosey.
Oh, is that a red one?
Coming up.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Look at these.
Where am I going? Don't go that way. Go this way.
That's a fish skeleton.
What?
Oh no, it just looked like it. It was sand.
Fake out. That looked like stickopathies, though. Maybe. Black coral singles.
Is
single
it
fan?
black coral?
I don't know,
It-
but
Which one are we looking at?
If it's a
Please.
They're
To the right?
not.
I'm not sure.
To the left.
To the left.
Oh.
Going out
To
of
the
frame.
left.
What are we looking at? Yellow?
Yellowish.
Yellowish.
No, no, it's right in front of you. The the branch looks
smaller one.
Zoom in,
looks
please.
a bit yellow.
Okay, zooming in.
This one here?
Zooming
Yeah,
in.
there's one just below too.
All right, I'm bouncy because I did the old right-left.
See, sponge.
That looks like a sponge.
It looks like
Live
a
sponge, dead sponge.
Okay.
yeah.
Sponge Rev 2. Okay, come wide, please.
Coming
I gotta
wide.
Move.
Cool squat lobster.
Wide.
Ooh, what's the white thing?
Yeah, there's a lot of different things happening here.
Yeah, it's more.
Sure. Yeah, actually might want some samples or zooms or what have you on this part.
Yeah, we're probably gonna want to rock at the top. I'm
Top
kind of
rock.
waiting for Steve to do the rest of the sampling because there's plenty of targets around here. I want
Yeah,
him
there
to
really
choose what
are.
he wants. I think he was not expecting to have that much coral here, not as many targets.
Surprise! It can be all his in about 30 minutes.
All of this is suitable habitat for coral, which is pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think. Yeah.
Oh, that's huge. Look at the holdfast
Oh,
size
yeah.
on that.
Wow.
Whoa.
Whoa, okay.
Let's take a look at you.
The base.
Quick zoomy.
Yeah.
Okay. Say when.
Go ahead, Wayne.
Neat. Look at it in the Argus view. It's as wide as Hercules.
Look at the
Wow.
base. That's a big base.
Wow.
Look at all the squat lobsters on there.
Yeah.
What is this?
Healthy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah, look at all the
Absolutely.
squats.
Look at the
Kind
ottoman
of
behind
leaves
it.
14 squat lobsters on there.
Wow.
Gorgeous.
All right, going along now.
That
That's one
sponge
of the
is no
biggest-
slouch either.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's definitely one of the biggest colonies we've seen so far. Basket star on it.
Wow, look at this. Gorgeous.
There's a lot of stuff out
Yeah.
here. Do we want to do a
Wow.
water sample at all, or
I don't
not
think
gonna
we
do one
can.
here?
Well, we'd have to go back for it. We've passed it now.
Yeah, I don't think she wanted to.
Yeah, this. I don't think this is a
Look-
priority area for Meredith.
Oh, over on the left, there's another
Whoa,
big
To
one.
the left, there's
Huge.
one even
Yeah.
bigger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I don't have much time right now.
Yeah.
Fell behind a little bit.
Okay.
Look at Argus. You see a bunch of stuff over on the left.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this is
Wow.
crazy.
This is nice.
This is totally what I was imagining. Oh, look at that stalked sponge. I love those. The little ball on the end of the
Yeah.
stick. Wow.
Wow.
Oh, they're
Wow.
Oh,
huge.
there's more out there.
What?
They're all over the place.
Oh, that's so cool.
More than 3 bushes on this island.
How long have you been waiting to use that?
I just thought of it. I don't know.
It's the biggest island I've been on.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Look at the diversity here, too.
We're getting to the top. This looks top-esque.
Yeah. Well, actually, we could probably go to the other peak and get a sample.
Sample on the top of the other peak?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll keep cruising.
This doesn't look as
Might need to
as
change
recent
our
as the other peak.
trajectory.
Mm-hmm.
Looks a little
Yeah, I was
older.
gonna
Wait till we
Look
get
at
here.
that.
Wow.
turn 90.
Start to see it sneaking up in the Argus view. Or us sneaking up on it.
Can't spook it, otherwise it'll swim away.
Yeah, don't startle the corals.
Yeah.
Quick zoom.
We can do a long zoom, so hold on a sec.
Okay.
Get a little closer. I'm stretched out again, so I have time for some action.
Chrysogorgia, that swirl one on the right.
That one's beautiful.
Okay, Wayne, go ahead.
Yeah.
Pushing in.
Question about how common is it to see these sporadic big corals? I mean, we've been
That's
a bamboo, yeah.
yeah, climbing all over these seamounts to expecting to see, hoping to see communities like this, and these are the first dives. So how common it is a really, you know, hard question to answer so far, but it's part of the reason we're out here, to understand what's here in the Pacific Remote Islands Marine National Monument, to understand what types of habitats are being utilized and how
Slightly
they're
different
being
associates
utilized.
there too.
What's
Yeah.
living on that?
Basket stars
stars.
and squat lobsters, I see.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
I don't
Coming
see any
wide.
shrimp, but they could be here too.
Is that a
Fish to the
picnic
right of
donor?
Herc on.
They look like
It's pretty
squat lobsters.
high
to
up,
me.
I think.
Oh.
It's higher than Herc anyway.
You don't see those fibrous things up here either.
Yeah, you don't. Makes me be like, what does it mean? But we don't know. Just a good observation.
Well, it almost looks like this is an older eruption. But the one we got
Zoom to wide on
previously
Herc,
was more
please.
recent.
Maybe. Yeah.
The
All-
corals are
all the
probably
way?
older too.
I just
Yeah,
regular
that's
wide.
They're much
Oh.
bigger.
Thanks.
Oh, look at that. It's super cool. Chrysogorgia. I love them with the like curly whirls.
Yeah, that's what I'm going for now.
Wake up, Steve. I hope you're seeing this.
I think it crawls out just in time.
Yeah.
Okay, Wayne, could you zoom in on the curly cue, please?
Let's.
I made a fresh pot of coffee before this watch because I was taking the last of it. So I'm like, the coffee's already made. Just get out of your bunk.
I heard freshwater coffee. I'm like, what?
Freshwater
else can you make?
coffee. Okay. You know-
Usually we use seawater.
Oh, there's a cup coral right down there. It just went out of the frame. That's gorgeous. The ocean is so cool. Oh, is that a
Little
cookie
star.
cutter star? Right.
Ooh, I had time to go look at that.
Which
Really?
one?
Cookie cutter shark.
Go ahead and zoom in there, Wayne.
Cookie
Oh,
cutter
okay.
Star.
Star.
Be a little bouncy, but do what I can.
Yum.
Mm,
That is cool.
that looks like our the Goniastra today, the one that's on our 4 exclamation point high priority collection.
Wow.
Is it?
Is it? Is it?
It's the last page of the guide, Zuna. If it looks like that one to you, it doesn't look quite.
That's a stopping.
Yeah, let's. Why don't we do that and we'll go to steps anyway.
Yeah, we still
Yeah,
didn't see
hold
the
on.
fibrous stuff
Coming
here
wide.
too.
Yeah.
This stuff
Oh,
really
yeah, it
does look
does.
really
It
young.
says especially below 2,000
That does
meters,
look
but
like
It does
um,
look like it. Yeah, you're
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
I think that's a getter.
So we're gonna get this one.
Yeah.
Okay. You think it'll be okay? Or you think I need
Goniastra
to,
day.
might need to step back. Yeah.
I think we could put this with one of the rocks. Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. If it's eating basalt, we have bigger problems.
Here we come up with the sample's gone.
Step back anyway, just in case. Cool.
Are you
Can I go
gonna
super
slurp
full
it,
wide, please?
Trevor?
Oh, sorry. What was that, Trevor?
Super full wide, please.
Super full.
Thanks. What was the question, Suna? Sorry.
Are you gonna grab it? You're gonna slurp it? What are you gonna do? I don't know.
I don't think it'll fit in the slurp, and I
Yeah.
don't know if I have the dexterity with these coral cutters to do the old slurp suction trick.
Yeah, spit it out.
Yeah.
Slurp schmear.
Slurp schmear. I don't know that I can do that with this one. Coral cutters are great at cutting coral and grabbing really big rocks, and that is their exclusive ability.
I mean, that's a good point for folks to know that before we go down, we have to make a choice. And by we, I mean I don't make this choice. Rob